What's something that's not socially acceptable in America that should be? Retail cashiers getting to sit down. Kicking rude customers out of stores before they escalate to a full meltdown. Having the government do your taxes for you. Thanks Intuit and HR Block. Talking about salaries or how much you make. First time in the US currently, I'm from Europe. Not adding taxes to the prices is really annoying sometimes. You never exactly know how much you're gonna pay at the counter. Taking time off when you are not feeling mentally well. Sleeping? People don't get any sleep and are shamed for being too tired to function, especially hormonal teens at school. Miss Girl, we need more naps than most. I demand a designated nap time. Taking time off to heal your body. Like sick days. Valuing sleep and health over the latest party. Living with your parents after university for more than a few months. Most people I know feel enormous social pressure to go out on their own. Multi-generational homes. Cashiers being able to sit. Being able to sit at work in general. Stay-at-home dads. Go to Europe and you will see dads everywhere with a pram stroller or walking with their kids to school while mom is working. My cousin's husband in the States gave up his job to be a stay-at-home dad, and other Yanks look at him like he's some kind of weirdo. Wearing masks when you're sick. In many Asian countries it's frowned upon not to, but here it's stigma. No, I don't want you coughing on me with your flu or cold, wear a bloody mask. A general difference in opinion and fallibility. B-days. With your crusty little butts. Affordable health care. Affordable college education. A living wage. Living with family. Outside of America, it's common that adults still live with their parents' siblings, whether out of respect or just to be financially wise. With how the housing job market is in, it's hard to see young people living on their own comfortably. I also find the kick your kid out at 18 idea stupid. They were just in high school last month, and now you're treating them like they're 30 with life experience to survive. Pointing out who's actually at fault for something. I'm still stumped as to why making people be responsible for their actions is a bad thing in America. Removing disruptive children out of classrooms for the benefit of the rest of the class. Emotions. Like, yeah, we do happy and angry real good. But a lot of the less nuanced emotions are viewed as weakness. Especially for dudes. Most of the time showing your anxiety is against social rules, showing your grief in anything beyond crying, rage the purge why kind. It should be more accepted to be human on a broader scale for everyone. Taking vacation. Assisted suicide. Anybody that's seen somebody die of dementia knows what I'm talking about. Teaching your child to physically defend themselves. Walk-away method the schools teach doesn't always work. I'll never punish my kid for defending themselves or someone else from being abused. Not sexualizing all forms of nudity. Let bodies be bodies. Eating tacos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Workers' rights. Keeping religion completely TF out of politics. Using sidewalks. Men seeking mental health help. Medical care for all. If you don't tip in America, you are shamed. But tipping culture should be rid of, as it's getting out of hand and created entitled workers who do the bare minimum and still expect tips. Businesses should just pay their workers fair wages instead of displacing it on the customers. Emotional openness, particularly when it comes to mental illness. But people are far too selfish, isolated, caught up. Nobody wants to commiserate. Being an introvert. Shaming religions that hold beliefs that affect non-believers. Not wanting children as a woman. Mental health care. Proper maternity-paternity leave, universal health care, real labor laws. Mandatory tipping should go. Get rid of the tipping culture and pay your waiters a fair wage. Tipping should be reserved for excellent good service, nothing more. 90 countries don't have such system, and it is no coincidence either. It is a flawed practice, but I understand how difficult it would be to change it. Not having a car. Almost everywhere in this country is not pedestrian friendly. Reading. Breastfeeding in public. Breastfeeding is literally what boobs are for. It's their only purpose. Not the fault or the responsibility of women that they also make your dick stiff. One thing that should be more socially acceptable in America is taking mental health days from work or school. Our mental well-being is just as important as our physical health, and sometimes we need a day to recharge without feeling guilty or stigmatized. Being an atheist. Saying you're ready to stop talking or go home. I don't want to need a reason, I'm just ready now, goodbye. The weird prudish way the country is and isn't. Sex is used to sell products. But people, especially women, are looked down upon for having sex. Also, sex work isn't legal outside of a few places in Nevada, which makes it more dangerous. Letting cashiers sit. The metric system. Nudity. Americans have an almost puritanical view of nudity and sex. Being annoyed at polite conversations holding up a line. Free or affordable college education and trade skills training. The amount of student debt is ridiculous. For those saying not tipping, I direct that towards the companies and say that they should pay a living wage. Just saying not tipping is fucked into that. I'd say eating home and not going out to patron places that pay their employees $2. 13 hours. Classical art that contains nudity. Kids that are in school not learning properly and teachers will pass them anyway because they could just be a popular kid, with popular parents with clout, or a kid that plays sports and gets game wins for the school, or it could be a cheerleader, etc. Heck, some of these teachers or schools, principals could be getting paid off. I mean, it seems everything here is about money or greed and how much more of it you can get. Atheism still hasn't been accepted as appropriate in public discourse. Virtually zero politicians are openly atheist. Depending on your immediate surroundings, publicly mentioning it could put up a lot of barriers. Universal healthcare. Your kids living with you forever. Or a family living together. It's too damn expensive in California to live on our own almost.